you know, sometimes you can sense people's pain. Because y'all don't just understand, I was down. Y'all might think I'm being dramatic, but if you know, you know, it can be really tough to go on. Hey guys, it's your girl Funmi-Layo. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to like this video. It helps other people to see it, and make sure to subscribe because we have awesome content on this channel. Today, I'm gonna be kind of giving you guys like a life update-ish, letting you guys know like what was going on with me. You know, yeah, I guess it's just that type of video. So like beforehand, I was really in I wouldn't say a dark place, but I was in a not the best of places. I was very, very sad because like my job, I was just, oh my goodness, you guys, I'm mentally going back there. I was so sad with the job that I was working. So just to preface it, I was so happy though when I got my job after, at the time when I got this job, I was very happy. You know, it was, you know, good salary. To me, at least to me, you know, it might not be for somebody else, but to me, it was pretty good. It was, you know, it was timely. It was allowing me to, yeah, it was good for me at the time. So anyways, and it was in DC. The biggest thing is it's in DC. So I was just very happy about that. But yeah, but when I, you know, really got into the job and everything like that, I was not happy, y'all. I was very, gosh, it was just, I knew when I first started this job, I knew, I was like, this is not really for me. I capped it. I was like, I'm gonna spend a year here, but I don't see myself really moving forward unless something would change and I just end up loving it. But I was like, I'm gonna give it a chance. So I started doing the job and it just, it wasn't a good fit. And you know, when you know in your heart, like, this is not a good fit, this is not for me, I'm not really happy here, you know. In the beginning, I was like, okay, it's not that bad, you know, it's okay. Like, I was just very grateful, just very, you know, happy to be here type of vibes, you know. So yeah, I was just very happy to be here, and you know, they were nice to me and everything like that. But then as time went on, I was like, you know, I knew in the beginning it wasn't my type of job, but I also knew like this isn't a good fit in general for me, even with my personality and everything like that. This is not for me. This is really not for me, you know. And I wouldn't even talk really in the workplace. I was just like, I was one of those people who like, you work and then I would leave. Like occasionally I would have conversations with them though. Occasionally I would have conversations with them, but it just wasn't a good fit. It just wasn't a good fit. Like, so I just was kind of like, I just kind of do my work and go. And then it just, you know, things started to happen where it's just like, yeah, it just wasn't a good fit, even work-wise for me, you know? And so I was just sad. I just got really sad. I would be on the phone, like, you know, crying to my friend, just be like, you know, I would just be walking around crying, be like, I really need to find a new job. I need to find a new job. You know, I've been there. So it, like over a year had passed, you know, at this, like later, even before a year passed, I was crying on the phone, you know, because I knew I had to leave. I was like, I need to leave this job. Like, no, you know, I'm not really feeling it. You know, but obviously I'm not going to leave less than a year. Well, no, I wasn't gonna leave less than a year because I just didn't feel like it would look good unless like I was able to get like such a great job afterwards. But I just felt like I at least wanted to give it a year. And low key, my old supervisor even told me, she told me before I took this position, she was like, are you sure? You know what I mean? Because she said like, she saw, and God has really blessed me. Like, he's put amazing people in my life to oversee me and like supervise in my life who really care about me as a person. And I know not everybody gets that, but it touched my heart. But she was like, she would advise me and everything like that. But my previous supervisor, she told me when I was getting this job, because she knew I was looking for a new job, you know, and she was like, are you sure like this is good for you? Because I see you gifted in A, B, and C and D area. You really shine in this area. This doesn't seem like this is for you. You know what I mean? And I just told her straight up, I was like, yeah, but the money's right. You know what I mean? If I was to do what I really wanted to do, the money doesn't match up. You know what I mean? If I was to do what I felt like I was gifted at, the money doesn't match up. And I am not in a situation where I can make choices just off of, oh, I just wanted, this is what, follow my heart. Even if it doesn't make money, I can follow my heart. I don't come from money, so I do have to make decisions with money in mind, because I don't come from money. If I don't make money, then what will I do? I need to be able to make enough money, and this job was gonna provide it. But my supervisor, she told me because she knew. She was like, okay, you say this, but okay, but all I'm gonna tell you is this, I'll tell you that just at least stay a year. And I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. Because she said that she used to do a job like that, when she had, when she first graduated from college, or I don't know, maybe it was down the line, but she told me, and she said she just knew that, like, no, that's not for you, And so I was like, low-key in the back of my head, I was like, sis, it probably isn't. You feel me? Like, not sis, but like, auntie, it probably isn't, that kind of vibe. But I'm gonna take it because I do feel like I can do the job. At this point, I'm not really, it would be nice to like the job. At this point, I just, I'm trying to get something that, at least makes that financial requirement. And it was in my field. So I was like, this is a good learning experience. And obviously it's not my strength. It's not my strength, but I feel like I can grow in this area. So that's why I took the job. And even when I first started the job, I took some things that I wanted to learn from the job because, like I said, it's not necessarily my strength, but it's something that I can grow in, but anyways, but so more than a year passes and everything like that, I am just so sad. Obviously I'm applying to jobs and things like that, but I'm just like very sad. I'm not really talking in the office. I'm just like waiting for the days to go by. I'm writing like sad poetry, I'm just oh my gosh, you guys have no idea. I was so sad. But I say that, but in the same way I was sad, I was still content because like I will say that even in days when I was sad, I wouldn't want to go back to any previous part of my life. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to say, oh, I wish I could go back to this part of my life. I was still very grateful as to where I was, but I just knew it wasn't what I wanted. You know what I mean? It wasn't the end goal. It wasn't what I wanted, but I was still very grateful and still content. But I was still sad. I can't lie. I was still sad, but I would still be having fun. Like I was just basically living for the weekend. You know what I mean? Just you turn up on the weekend, have fun there. But it even took some time before I was even had a social life because I remember in the beginning, I had to pray. I prayed to God because I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm not really having a social life. At this point, I'm just going to work, coming back, going to work, coming back. Like what's going on? Like, make something shake. And then, my cousin was like, oh, let's go to Miami, I'm like, Miami, you know what I mean? I've been there, but like, it's different when you drink when you go to Miami. So I was like, oh, it would be good to go again. And also like during spring break and stuff like that, it would just be dope. Obviously, like I'm not in high school. I'm not high school. I'm not in college or anything anymore, but like, neither is my cousin, but she's in post-grad, she's in medical school, but it would just be fun to actually, post-grad people go during spring break too. So like people who are in graduate school, their spring break, they go to Miami too, which was a pleasant surprise. So Miami trip came and I had like literally the time of my life, had the time of my life. God knew, you know what I mean? Even though I, you know what I mean? Miami was Miami, I needed it. And I was just thinking, because everybody always asks me like, why you always go on and on about that trip? Not only was it like just an amazing experience in general, like I had so much fun, but it was also so timely. It was so timely. I was so bored at the time. I was just going to work and coming back, going to work. I wasn't doing anything. I didn't really have a social life at the time. I was just going to work and coming back and going to sleep because I was commuting. I didn't live in DC. I didn't live like in DC at the time. I was just like, you know what I mean? But so it was it was just something. But anyways, yes, you guys, I went ahead and after that, like after Miami, it just my social life started picking up. My social life started picking up. I started going out more places. I started having more fun. So that helped out a little bit. But then afterwards, it was like, oh, you know what I mean? I still was remembering like, I shouldn't really be living for the weekend. Like this still sucks. I want to enjoy my Monday through Friday. It's the majority of my day. I'm spending the majority of my life at work. And my supervisor at that time, they noticed it because they told me, they were like, they're trying to say like, oh, we appreciate you. We do want this to be like something that, you're comfortable. I want to make sure you're comfortable and you're having a good time, because you literally spend the majority of your life at work. And I wanted to cry when he said it, because it was like, oh man, it crushed me, because I was like, yeah, I'm literally spending the majority of my life literally not happy here, because I really want to leave. You know what I mean? So it was just bad. It was just bad. And I'm not used to being that person. I don't like to be that person. I like to be the key contributor in a team. I like to be happy. I'm used to being the person who is like giving their all into something and like trying to do even more. That's my type of character. So to be in a position where I was uncomfortable because it wasn't me, I wasn't able to be myself because I didn't feel like I could be myself, because it wasn't something I wanted to be myself in, but they do say how you do one thing is how you do everything. But for me, no, I have to care. That's just my thing. It's how I do one thing is not how I do everything. I gotta care about it, and then you'll see a whole different person. If I really care about something, you don't have to tell me to jump over that, that mountain. I'm already on my way. That's just how I work, and that's why like I've gotten favor in the past, because people have seen, I will go above and beyond, but anyways, yeah, I was just not feeling it. And yeah, let's just say I really wanted to leave, and I was hoping it would be a way for me to leave. So it was just really bad. Then ended up getting like new people in the office and everything like that. Like it was just like a new supervisor, new coworkers, everything. The people who I was working with before, they moved on, and because they had been there long before I had and everything like that. But I was still looking for a job, and that was frustrating too. But I was also like always tired. It's exhausting and it's draining when you're doing work that you're not passionate about and you spend the majority of your day doing. So I would just be so tired when I get home that I wouldn't even be applying like how I should have, and some days just not even applying. Well, a good amount of days not applying at all. And so I got these new coworkers, and I literally like, I don't think they understand. They were a gift from God. My whole countenance changed. Like I completely changed. Nobody really knew the real me there, but I was able to be myself. I was like able to be happy, making jokes. I always had a smile. I loved coming in for work. I really did. I really loved coming in for work. They made it that way for me. You know what I mean? And God will really bless each and every one of them, because I don't understand how I don't think they understand how much of an impact they made in my life, because they couldn't believe it. Because when I would tell them, yeah, like, you know what I mean? They would be like, oh girl, like you talk so much, this, that, and the third. And I was like, yeah, but that's because you guys are here. I never used to talk. They were so shocked. Literally, like one of the directors, when he would come into the office, when it was just me and one of the other coworkers there, it would be dead silent. Like you could drop a pin and you would hear it. Just did not talk, literally. Just, rarely, obviously there are small times for conversations, but majority of the time, no. If not 99%, more so it would be like the other ones that would talk in the office, not me, I just wouldn't. And so, but occasionally I would join them though. But for the most of the time, no, I wouldn't. But they were like, wow, really, you? And I was like, yeah, it's just because you guys came. Because like I said, when it fits, like when it works, it works. Like they were literally like oh my goodness, nice type of people. Like we, our witty, like the jokes and everything like that, just be cracking corny jokes and just like understood each other's sense of humor. And even when they first came, like I was kind of quiet, like I didn't say anything, but they, it was a new supervisor. So he was like, went out of his way to create that atmosphere of like comfortability and get everybody to talk and everything like that. And then wow, it was just amazing. Literally a phenomenal work dynamic that I am so grateful to God for, because I got super close to them. We started going to happy hours and stuff like that. It was just so good. It was so good. Like it made the work bearable, but fundamentally still the work was just not for me. The work was just really not for me. And it started to show. And then also my attitude towards the work started to show. And I started to feel bad, because it was like, it's like I have this phenomenal supervisor who's like really values me and like values what I bring to the table and is very encouraging. But I was so physically, mentally, and emotionally drained and exhausted that at this point I couldn't give anymore. I just needed to find another position, because it's like, I wanted to go above and beyond. You know how you have people who inspire you to like really want to just, because they set that example and they're so grateful for like what you bring. But I was done up, I was done up. Anyways, yeah, like I couldn't anymore. Like I would do the work, but the same like zeal and energy that they would be, because they were new and very hopeful and like wide-eyed and just very excited about the company and everything like that. And I was just kind of like I was just kind of over it. So I kind of felt like, that person in the position, and I hate it, but that person who quit but is still there. And so I just felt like the energy I was bringing wasn't positive. It wasn't contributing like well to like the actual work. My energy like toward conversations and everything was great, but when it came to the actual work, it was it wasn't the best energy that I was bringing. And so I felt bad about that. And I remember one time I cried to them, and I don't know, because I'm such like a jokester and stuff like that, one of them was laughing because he didn't know if I was serious or not. But I was like, I broke down and just said like, I'm just really trying to be more positive, but it's really hard. It's really hard. But they were like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? It was kind of awkward, actually. It was kind of awkward. But man, when I tell you, I was an emotional wreck. I was so, oh my goodness. It was just so bad. And then, like I said, it started to show in my work. And so I was just like, yeah, no, I really need to find a new job. I'd just be crying, at home. There was this time, like in college, when I was struggling, I used to get like panic attacks. And so there's a feeling that I'd get before I get the panic attack. And I remember one night I had that feeling and I was like, oh, no, I'm not going back to that. I really need to find a new position. I really need to, you know what I mean? So it's like, it just showed me that even if you really like your people, like the coworkers and everything like that, like literally the best work dynamic, like in terms of my coworkers and my direct supervisor, literally the best dynamic ever I could ever ask for, but I was still low-key. I realized I was still sad because that I need to love my work. I realized that I need to at least love my work, or at least I need to want to get better or get to the next level. I need to care more. Like I need to want to excel. I need to aspire to do something. I notice about myself if I don't aspire something within that position, within that field, like it weighs down on me if I have to do it for a prolonged period of time, And I was listening to a podcast because podcasts would be what would like bring up my energy. I would literally be listening to entrepreneurship podcasts and podcasts just in general while I was at work. And there was even one corporate podcast, and they were talking about like, if you don't want your boss's job, you're in the wrong position. And I was like, absolutely, I really don't want it, And this was like before my new coworkers and new supervisor came. I was just in the past, like this was the beginning, before I was even a year in, I was like, yeah, no, this is definitely not for me. No, and that's how I knew. But anyways, yeah, like I just realized it's even with the great people around you, you really have to like the work that you're doing and really have to care about your position and want to excel and want to, at least for me, I have to want to grow in that field and things like that. But to really give what I want to give, I don't want to just be acceptable, or satisfactory or anything like that. I want to be a key contributor. I really want to stand out and everything like that. And I did. When my new supervisor came and everything like that, it was great because I did actually feel valued and everything like that. Like it was phenomenal. I finally felt all the things that I wanted to feel, but at the same time, I was still exhausted and everything like that with the overall thing. It's because obviously there's stuff that, yeah, there's other things or whatever, but I just couldn't, and to them too, it was not a bad job at all. It wasn't a bad job at all, and obviously like, and in their to their, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but like to their benefit too, like, for even holding me on that long, just my countenance started to change and everything like that. And, and I will admit I was making mistakes. to their benefit. They tried too, but it was just together, it was not a good fit. And that's the thing, it was a good fit for like my new coworkers and everything like that. And I was just like, yeah, that's where I want to be able to feel like that, you know what I mean? And bring that energy to something. And I just couldn't to that. But anyways, I got a new job, got a new position. We thank God it is a good fit. We thank God, right? So far I can say that, it has, I won't tell you guys how long I've been working there, but it has been a good fit. So I'm so grateful. And it is a position where I do want to excel and I do want to grow to the next step. So God is so good. God is so good, because y'all don't just understand. I was down. Like my mom knew because I would just be like crying. And I don't know if I didn't ever cry to her, but I feel like maybe, sometimes you can sense people's pain. And she knew, and she was like, yeah, I don't want you to be sad. And she would always tell me like, don't worry, you can come home. Just to remind me, like, you have a home. Don't think that this is the end all be all. Don't kill yourself over this, this job. Like, you can always come home. Know that, because obviously my mom, like, I can just say God gave me an amazing support system. Like, for real, my family, bro, nah, like, wow, like, oh, my mom, yeah, I'm so grateful. She's just like letting me know, like, I know, she respected the fact, I want to be here in DC, I want to, chase whatever I'm chasing and, be over here and work and everything like that and live my life. But just know that I have a home to come to. And, not everybody has that. And just keep in mind that, like, I don't have to feel like that anxiety, and I don't have to like get panic attacks and things like that, because I have a plan B. She said, you can always come home. Always. You can always come home. It's okay. It's okay, you know what I mean? And my mom wants me to go back to school anyways. She really doesn't want me to be working. She wants me to be, get my master's or a doctorate or something like that. So, okay, So she was like, yeah, come home. Listen, you're not stuck. You're not stuck at all. You have options. And that was so reassuring as well. I love her. But yes, you guys, I'm in a much better place now. Even though I was having my fun times, before, even when I was sad, I will say that, I'm in a much better place now. And even when I was sad, I was still like content, because I wouldn't want to go back to any other point in my life. But now I'm in the best place, not in the best place, but I'm in a much better place. And I'm very grateful for like the new opportunity that God gave me. And I would just want to say, like, anybody who is frustrated in their job, trust me, I know how you feel. I don't even know if y'all remember, but I was making videos about I would try to use that energy to make positive videos about about your job, like ways to find the best in your job if you're feeling frustrated or things like that. I would try to make those type of videos. But you know what, good things come from it. Because I will say that one good thing that came from it is this channel. I don't know if I wasn't in this job, if I would have started this channel, because I literally just felt like I had nothing for myself. And that was why I started this channel. I was like, there's nothing really bringing me joy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing that work, but it's not like, I'm not passionate about it. I'm doing it, but I'm not passionate about it. So doing this, like starting the YouTube channel, even though I had wanted to start a YouTube channel for years, like I thought about it. It always crossed my mind, but it was never something like, I was like, oh, I really want to do it. But it's like, oh, I kind of want to do it. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But then with the work thing, I was like, no, I really want to have something for myself, and I need an outlet, and that's why I started this channel. So I thank God, because everything does happen for a reason. And I don't know if I would have started this channel if not for like the work or whatever. But if anybody going through it right now, please, like, y'all, just lean on God, man. Like, when times are rough, those prayers hit different, those worship songs hit different. Like, just go ahead and really engulf yourself in that, because bruh, it's serious and it's rough. And vent to people, let people know. If you want, vent to me. Y'all hit me up in the comment box down below. I get it, bro. I get it. It sucks. It so sucks. And listen to a lot of podcasts. What helped me, I would say, is that honestly, I got phenomenal coworkers. God brought phenomenal coworkers into my life, and it literally was a phenomenal blessing, and also like being able to vent, to family and friends, and listening to podcasts at work. So it felt like, okay, I'm also feeding myself in this way by listening to this podcast, So, well, when work would allow, like depending on the work I was doing, if it would allow me to, like, you know, listen to something. But yeah, y'all, hang in there and pray and be diligent with the applications. I'll tell you, it's when I started putting my foot on doing the applications, that's when, you know what I mean, you know, things started happening. But really put your foot on doing applications, like send reminders, like, you know, do whatever you have to do to really push out those applications, y'all. Really push it out. Stay motivated. I understand, like, you know, if you're frustrated in your job, it can be very extremely draining. So I get it, bro. I get it. But nothing will change if you don't actually, like, put in a lot of work. But yes, you guys, and don't pray. Literally what trumps everything is prayer. Pray, and God will make a way for you. Because what's so ironic is, like, even when I got offered this position, I got offered like a couple positions at one time. You know what I mean? It was just like God knew the time was right. You know, like God just knew, like, my daughter cannot handle this anymore. You know, it was like not one, not two, like I got a good amount of offers at one time. Like, I can't even remember how much, not even 3. I got a good amount of offers, literally just at one time. I was getting interviews, and not just interviews, I'm telling you, like, you know, actual offers and stuff like that. So do not underestimate what God can do for you. He did it for me. He did it for me in a miraculous way. I didn't just have one option. I had multiple, you know, job offers that he put on my plate. Like, okay, all right, daughter, you know, which one you gonna choose? I'm just like, God, thank you. God, thank you. You know, and I was able to, like, you know, it was just a miracle how God did it. You know, I don't want to give too many details, but it was a miracle how God did it for me, and he can do it for you. You know what I mean? I'm praying for you. If you're watching this video, I'm praying for you that God will give you your heart's desire and put you in a place where you can grow. Because you have to encourage yourself in those moments. Encourage yourself. You know, it's like, sometimes you have to, you know, that song, whatever. You have to encourage yourself, because it can be tough to go on. Y'all might think I'm being dramatic, but if you know, you know, it can be really tough to go on. You know, encourage yourself, continue to encourage yourself and uplift yourself, you know, and push through. God has got you. Look, he's gonna take you. I know you're like, yo, because I was like, yo, God, you know that I need to get up out here. I need to get up out here. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know. But just know that he is always on time, and he's got you. You know, stay strong in your faith. In the meantime, pray, stay strong in your prayer. You know, try to do other things whenever you get a chance that will bring you joy, just to carry you through. But thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I hope that helps somebody. I really do, you know what I mean? But also wanted to share with you guys where I was at, because it was just so much going on. Even like I was working in a restaurant, and like, I quit one time. I quit that restaurant, and I was just like, I was crying in the video. I had to cut it off real quick, but I tried to like vlog it after I quit that restaurant. I was crying a little bit in the video, but I was just like, God, like, you need to change my life. You know what I mean? Help change my life, because this is just not, you know, it's not cutting it. But it was so sad. Literally was in such a dark place. So don't know that you're not alone, and God will do it for you, you guys. Okay, God will do it for you. All right, and yeah, thanks so much for watching. Catch you later. Bye.